What are you doing here? I made you favorite.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 dark truths about teen movies.
Oh my God, my director's gonna find out tonight because he did say to me, he was like, "You okay, honey?"
For this list, we'll be looking at some not-so-fun facts surrounding some of our most beloved teen flicks. What dark fact surprised you the most? Leave us a comment below. Number 10. A Cinderella Story Age Difference. A Cinderella Story.
Were you disappointed when you found out that I was nomad? Be honest.
Surprisingly, no.
It isn't uncommon for actors to play characters who are different ages than they are. Typically, actors are older than their characters, but in the case of A Cinderella Story, Hilary Duff was 15 years old when she played 17-year-old Sam Montgomery.
Funny thing, I'm graduating a year early so I can be 3,000 miles away in Princeton.
At the start of filming, Duff's Prince Charming classmate in the movie, Chad Michael Murray, was also not the age of his character. However, unlike the younger Duff, Murray was 22 at the time. Certainly makes that big, climactic kiss in the rain a little hard to watch now, doesn't it? Number 9. An Elvis Coincidence. Grease. Given how popular the movie was and still is, many are probably not aware that the Grease movie was based on a play, one that debuted in 1971, 7 years prior to the release of the film. In those 7 years, a few things had changed that required adjustments to the script. For instance, the murder of actor Sal Mineo in 1976 changed things. In the stage version, the song "Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee" made reference to Mineo. The filmmakers decided to change the line and instead added a lyric about Elvis Presley.
Elvis! Elvis! Let me be! Keep that Elvis far from me!
They filmed the scene with the new lyric on August 16, 1977, which, we're not joking, was literally the day that Elvis passed away. Number 8. The scene McLovins' mother watched. Superbad.
McLovin!
One thing no 17-year-old wants is to have their parents watching them while they're hooking up. But if they're doing it on a movie set, they don't get a choice in the matter, as Christopher Mintz-Plasse can attest.
What are you talking about?
We know you're not 25, man. We're not idiots, McLovin.
Mintz-Plasse played McLovin in the 2007 film Superbad, and being that he was underage, the law required that his mother be on set for certain scenes, including his character getting lucky at the party. Try watching the scene again with the knowledge that his mom is sitting just off screen. We're cringing even more if that's at all possible.
What's wrong with you guys?
Nothing.
Number 7. The Boardwalk Scene. The Kissing Booth 3. In The Kissing Booth 3, there's a scene on the boardwalk in which Elle tells Lee that she's been making decisions for everyone else, but hasn't been taking herself into account.
I chose Boston to be with Noah and Berkeley to be with you. I gotta figure out who I am.
However, taking Joey King into account at that moment probably would have meant letting her indulge on some snacks. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, King revealed to guest host Chelsea Handler that she was actually, as she put it, quote, violently high during the shooting of the scene.
And I was like supposed to hang out with other people, but I just wound up sitting in my hotel room, eating shortbread, Walker cookies, and then going to bed. I was the most well-rested out of everyone.
She admits it was unprofessional, but her acting is stellar enough that no one was the wiser. So we honestly might consider her more of a professional for the accomplishment.
And I am sorry we didn't make this our most memorable summer ever.
I don't know. That may be exactly what we did.
Number 6. Disqualified cheerleaders. Bring It On. For the 2000 film, Bring It On, all of the actors playing cheerleaders had to go through a pretty extensive cheer training.
Words big and britches come to mind.
She's crazy. She'll kill us all.
The good news is that they did well and were actually quite convincing as cheerleader performers. However, it turns out that some of the folks behind the scenes dropped the ball when it came to researching the technicalities of the cheer competition circuit.
So you should act like crazy for that stuff. Are you going for sainthood or something? You don't want to blow it on something tiny.
The most obvious blunder is probably that high school cheer squad uniforms can't have exposed midriffs. The National Federation Interscholastic Spirit Association also has rules in place that prohibit high school competitors from performing flyovers, basket tosses with head over heels rotation, and stunts that are more than 2 bodies high, all of which can be seen in the movie.
We're holding an emergency session of the discretionary panel.
About what?
We've never had a situation like this before. We really should disqualify you.
Number 5. The original title of Angus, Thongs, and Perfect Snogging. Angus, Thongs, and Perfect Snogging.
Have you bought your ticket yet?
What?
To Bulgaria, with your new best mate.
Why are you being so stroppy? You'll always be my best mate.
Did you know that the term full frontal isn't PG? Well, at least according to the people who were deciding on movie ratings back in 2008, when Angus, Thongs, and Perfect Snogging was released.
That is just diabolical.
No, that is shocking.
The film is based on the novels It's Okay, I'm Wearing Really Big Knickers, and the one closer in title, Angus, Thongs, and Full Frontal Snogging. While all three of those terms were deemed okay for young adult readers, the line was drawn at full frontal for young adult moviegoers. In order to get a PG rating, the movie's creators were required to make the title adjustment.
The secret is to strike the right balance between yielding and giving.
Number 4. Peace was too political for Warner Brothers. What a Girl Wants. In March of 2003, the Iraq War began. In April, Warner Brothers released the Amanda Bynes teen comedy What a Girl Wants. These two things have nothing to do with each other except for the fact that the former was the reason for a marketing decision made by the latter.
These are very difficult circumstances, and you, as my daughter, have to,
I have to change.
The original poster for the theatrical release showed Bynes making a peace sign with her right hand. The film, about a girl who goes to London to find her father, isn't political or about the war in any way. Yet, the studio felt that the peace sign was making too much of a potentially political statement about the recently launched war.
The press will have a field day, darling.
Sorry, can we just leave the press out of this for 1 second?
No, Dennis is absolutely right, dear.
Oh, thank God someone else here is thinking straight.
Preferring to avoid any misinterpretations, they reworked the campaign. Bynes' hand was moved to her hip for the movie's US release.
I have to be on my best behavior.
You better be. There's even more reporters here than usual.
I know, they're just waiting to see what crazy thing I'll do next.
Number 3. Sugar and Spice wanted to stay white. Sugar and Spice. Although both films center around high school cheerleaders, Bring It On and Sugar and Spice are two pretty different stories.
Picture in 3, 2, 1.
Not only is the latter a heist movie with a darker comedic tone, but it's also got a much whiter cast, and supposedly that was done on purpose. Both films came to be around the same time, and both actually auditioned some of the same actresses during the pre-production process, including Gabrielle Union.
We've had the best squad around for years, but no one's been able to see what we can do. Oh, but you better believe all that's gonna change this year.
We obviously know that Union got the part in Bring It On, but she said she only took that audition because she didn't get cast in Sugar and Spice. To paraphrase Union from an MTV interview, Sugar and Spice didn't want any of the characters to be black.
Our game is fierce and we are hip, so get on back. You can't touch this. Our game is bad. We're without peer, so get that weak mess out of here.
Number 2. Justin Pierce was arrested. Kids. Kids was one of the most simultaneously praised and reviled films of the 90s.
The way I see it, my outlook on the situation.
Mr. Wizard.
It's like getting fame, you know what I'm saying?
With its blunt teen attitudes and depictions of sexuality, it was a dark and realistic view of a section of the under-18 population in America. But it turns out that the stuff wasn't just happening on camera. There were also some less than savory things going on behind the scenes, including the arrest of actor Justin Pierce, who played Casper in the film. As cinematographer Eric Edwards recalled, one of the times Pierce ended up behind bars was during filming, after he reportedly got in a physical altercation. The details aren't clear, but Edwards said the crew ended up having to bail him out.
Don't look for him, he's doing fine.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Heather's actor deaths. Heather's.
Veronica, you look like hell.
Yeah, I just got back.
Given how dark this film is, you might be wondering how anything behind the scenes could match the darkness of the movie itself. Well, how about the fact that Winona Ryder re-auditioned for the film after getting a makeover because, as she put it, she knew they thought she wasn't pretty enough.
Transfer to Washington. Transfer to Jefferson.
No one at Westerberg's gonna let you play their reindeer games.
Although on the dark scale, that's nothing compared to the fact that Kim Walker, who played Heather Chandler, has a snarky line in the film about a brain tumor, and it was a brain tumor that resulted in her passing in 2001. Then there were disturbing parallels between actor Jeremy Applegate and his character Peter Dawson.
I find it profoundly disturbing that we're told of the tragic destruction of youth, and all we can think to talk about is adequate mourning times and misused vocabulary words?
Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.